Hello and welcome to our channel. Please subscribe and hit the bell button to get notification about new videos. I'm going to demonstrate how to install Ubuntu Linux on a computer by using VirtualBox. For part 1, downloading Ubuntu, as a step 1, we open the Ubuntu website and then go to ubuntu.com, download and desktop Ubuntu. You can download the latest version from here. For now we have latest version of 21.10, so we just click here. The Ubuntu ISO should begin downloading immediately, but if it doesn't, you can click the download now link at the top of the page. So VirtualBox is a very powerful x86 and AMD 64 or Intel 64 virtualization product for enterprise as well as home users. To download the software, you need to go to virtualbox.org website. Here you need to click on this very big button, download VirtualBox 6.1. As our host is Windows, we will download the Windows host one. Now we have VirtualBox 6.1 and Ubuntu 21.10. We need to install VirtualBox 6.1. I'm considering that you don't have VirtualBox installed on your computer. To install VirtualBox software, you need to click on the software exe file, and this screen will pop up. You just click by next. If you want to create only the desktop shortcut, then select these two and go to next. Proceed with installation now. Yes. Now we are going to create virtual machine on a virtual box. You click in a new, and it's a blue badge in the upper left corner of the VirtualBox window. Doing so opens a pop-up menu. Here we gave a proper name for the virtual machine. We choose Ubuntu as our virtual machine name. We need to change our machine folder to such folder where we have available space. Select Linux as a type value. Click the type and select Linux if it is not default selected. Select Ubuntu as the version value. Ubuntu should be selected by default after you set the type value to Linux, but if it is not, click version drop down box and click Ubuntu 64-bit. Before proceeding, now you can proceed to the next step. Select an amount of RAM to use. Click and drag the slide left to right to decrease or increase the amount of RAM that VirtualBox will have available for your Ubuntu virtual machine. The ideal amount of RAM will automatically be selected when you get to this page. Make sure not to increase the RAM into the red section of the slider. Click Next. Now you create your virtual machine's virtual hard drive. The virtual hard drive is a section of your computer's hard drive space which will be used to store your virtual machine's files and programs. Click Create. While selecting Create a virtual hard disk now and click Next. While VirtualBox disk image is selected, that is VDI, and it should be dynamically allocated. Next, and you are selecting 10 GB. Here you see you have created an environment for Ubuntu 64-bit which base memory is 2048 MB, almost 2 GB. Make sure that your Ubuntu file is done downloading. Once Ubuntu ISO finishes downloading, you can proceed with installing it to VirtualBox. Now we are proceeding Part 3, installing Ubuntu. Double click your virtual machine's name. It's on the left side of the VirtualBox window. Doing so will open a menu. Click the folder shape icon. This icon is in the lower right side of the menu, a new window in which you can select the Ubuntu ISO. You choose the proper ISO file from your downloaded location. From here, you choose Ubuntu to run. Sound of Ubuntu. Now you select keyboard layout, or you can choose your own keyboard layout. Continue. Check erase disk and install Ubuntu box. Select a time zone. By default it is selected as Canada, Halifax. But for you can click a section that correlates with your position on the map. You choose a password for your machine. Confirm the password for your machine. Here you see files are copying, and you have to wait for Ubuntu to finish installing. This process may take anywhere from a couple of minutes to half an hour depending on the speed of your computer. Stay tuned, we will come back with more videos.